So what you're saying is that if anyone saw you in your car any time before, they would think you're absolutely mad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you from somewhere in New Zealand, it's the Dave Benson Show with your host, Dave Benson.
Thank you everyone. Oh, it's Monday, you can tell. Thank you for watching, thank you for joining us, and thank you for wearing a tin hat whilst pressing a very suspicious combination of buttons that somehow brought you here today. This, my friends, is the Dave Benson Show. And in case you've been living under a rock with a gnome on it for the last 10 months, let me remind you, this is the #1 independent talk show on the planet, voted by 6 people of measurable stature, and to be clear, one of them was my mum. That's right. It's Monday, it's the best day of the week, so let's kick into the monologue.
It's the monologue.
Now, we try to stay as far away from American politics as possible, but sometimes, just sometimes, American politics packs its bags, hops on a plane, and shows up in your backyard. Case in point, we've got a brand new FBI office here in Wellington. That's right, the FBI right here in New Zealand. That's a big moment, right? Our Kiwi officials all lined up, speeches, handshakes, and what did Kash Patel, the FBI director, bring us as a gift? Any guesses? Anyone got an idea? Illegal 3D printed guns. Honestly, imagine inviting someone to dinner and they show up with a box of fireworks and a live possum. What a present! I'm guessing they didn't hang around for dessert because the New Zealand police had to destroy them. Nothing says diplomatic friendship like a guest who shows up with contraband. Thanks, Cash. Meanwhile, over in America, Trump has announced he's going to release the classified Amelia Earhart files. Finally. We've been waiting almost a century to find out whether she landed on an island or just got tired of the in-flight snacks. But you've got to hand it to him. When you're in trouble for hoarding sensitive documents, the best PR move is to release a stack of files that reveal absolutely nothing new. It's like getting caught with stolen chocolates and saying, don't worry, I've also got a 400-page report on raisins. Nobody wanted the raisins, Donald. This week we also witnessed a triple crime. One of the biggest cases in the world has officially been opened. First, who stopped the escalator? Then, who killed the teleprompter? And if that wasn't already the heist of the century, who dropped the sound? This high-stakes game of cat and mouse is still unfolding as Donald Trump has the Secret Service combing through hours of secret security footage like it's CSI Mall Edition. Forget homicides, hit-and-runs, diamond heists. This is it, the case of the century. And honestly, I can't wait for the movie. They'll call it The Great Escalator Robbery, or maybe even Catch Me If You Can't Move. And then there's Ted Cruz. Now, during a Senate hearing this week, he tried to say, let's stop paedophiles. That's a noble cause. That's a fair point. Unfortunately, what came out of his mouth was, let's stop attacking paedophiles. Now, we all make mistakes, but there was no correction. He just powered straight through. Somewhere his PR manager fell off his chair. Now, if Ted ever runs for president again, that's his new slogan sorted. Cruz 2028, defending the indefensible since 2025. Meanwhile, Trump's new defense secretary has declared there'll be no more fat generals. That's right. Everyone in uniform now has to meet strict fitness standards. It's a bold move considering the commander-in-chief's six-pack is made up of Diet Coke cans and empty Big Mac boxes. Gavin Newsom even trolled him by posting a photo of Trump's waistline captioned, "Guess the policy starts at the top." So now the Army's new slogan practically writes itself. We want you. Unless you're slightly portly. Then we don't want you. We want your best mate, the one who gets all the girls and doesn't play as many video games. And just when you thought American politics couldn't get any weirder, Trump now wants to use US cities like Portland and Chicago as military training grounds. That's right, because nothing says law and order like turning your own suburbs into Call of Duty maps. He's already federalized 200 National Guard troops in Oregon, and Portland's suing him for it. Forget Escape from New York. This is starting to look like Escape from Portland. Somewhere out there, Snake Plissken is shaking his head, even thinking, I wouldn't touch that mission. And finally, let's cleanse our palate. A bear wandered into a grocery store in Arizona. That sounds like a great opening for a joke. A bear wandered into a grocery store in Arizona and shoppers were panicking. One man said, "I thought it was a drunk person until he saw the bear." Imagine you pop out for milk and suddenly Winnie the Pooh is in aisle 5 looking for honey. Even the wildlife in America can't afford to forage anymore. They're all turning to Walmart. Forget the bare necessities, he wanted a loyalty card. Let's kick into the YouTube news and see what's happening there. Mr. Beast released a video where contestants had to escape a burning house for $500,000. Don't worry, he says, there are extensive safety measures in place. Yeah, sure. That's what my dad said when he gave me rollerblades and no helmet. The internet called it psychopathic. I call it Tuesday at Mr. Beast HQ. Hey guys, today we're putting Chad in a volcano. Last one out gets a Tesla. Logan Paul is suing an auction house over a $500,000 piece of Michael Jordan's basketball court that he says might not be authentic. Imagine paying $560,000 for some wood. Mate, for that price you can just buy an actual tree and tell people it's from Space Jam. YouTube is letting back creators who are banned for spreading COVID and election conspiracies, because nothing says healthy debate like Uncle Ron telling you the vaccine is made of 5G and moon dust. They called it a win for free expression. Translation, we miss the ad revenue from crazy people. In the UK, Parliament is finally recognising YouTubers and TikTokers as a real industry. $2.2 billion to the economy, to be exact. They want to help creators get mortgages and loans. Imagine that, walking into a bank and saying, yeah, I'd like to buy a house. Here's a TikTok of me dancing with a blender. And the banker says, approved. Honestly, influencers getting mortgages, this might be the plot of the next horror film. And YouTube settled a lawsuit with Trump for $24.5 million after they suspended him back in 2021. Trump's basically turned getting banned into a side hustle. Meta gave him $25 million, Twitter $10 million, and YouTube now $24.5 million. Forget running for president. At this point, he's just running a Patreon for lawsuits. Let's have a look at the podcast news. Spotify is ending exclusives. Even Joe Rogan's podcast is back on Apple, YouTube, well, basically everywhere, which makes sense. Now, they paid him $250 million, but keeping him locked up was like buying a Ferrari and only driving it around your driveway. Now he's out in the wild again, confusing more platforms simultaneously. Madonna is doing her first ever podcast interview on Jay Shetty's On Purpose. It took her 40 years, but hey, better late than never. She said she wouldn't have survived without her spiritual life, which is fair, but I'm also pretty sure Botox helped too. Stephen Bartlett's Diary of a CEO podcast is premiering an episode in cinemas before it hits the internet. Now imagine buying popcorn to hear Louis Tomlinson talk about trauma. At this point, you're not watching a podcast. You're attending a group therapy session, but with nachos. And Spotify had to clarify its new terms of service after rumours they were stealing artists' content. Spoiler, they weren't. They just rolled out new features like custom playlist art and episode comments, but the artist panicked anyway because nothing says trust like Spotify's legal team releasing a 60-page document written entirely in Klingon. We've got a great show for you today. This week's guest is an amazing actor all the way from Texas. Tom, let's get these titles going.
I said I want to see the Dave Benson Show, and I can't stop and never gonna let it go. I said I want to see the Dave Benson Show, and I can't stop and never gonna let it go.
From Tyler, Texas to film sets across the country, my next guest has carved a reputation for bringing complex characters to life. He discovered his passion for acting early and stepped into the professional world in 2014, training under seasoned directors and actors who helped shape his craft. Known for his dynamic range and ability to fully inhabit a role, he's appeared in indie films like Love and Drugs and Ripples, as well as the sci-fi web series Blended Space. Beyond acting, he's also built experience behind the camera in cinematography and crew work, giving him the 360-degree understanding of the filmmaking process. Over 10 years in, he continues to expand his skill set, determined not just to perform in stories, but to help shape how they're told. Please welcome to the show, Victor McCowan. Victor, welcome.
Man, I got to give you a round of applause, brother. That was the best intro in the world, hands down.
Victor, it is. So I'm in New Zealand. I live in the future. We all know this. It's Sunday morning here, which means for Victor, it's Saturday night. Now, if you weren't on with me, what does Victor do on a Saturday night?
Sit back, relax, maybe have a cigar or two, listen to some jazz music, have a glass of scotch, and just enjoy the evening.
I love that. And it's summer over there, right? You're in Texas.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I want to come and do that with you at some stage, Victor. We're gonna have to do that.
Well, hey, man, if the Lord bless me to make it to New Zealand, we are definitely going to have a cigar and some scotch, man.
Oh, let's start from the beginning, Victor. So, 2014 was when you started your acting career. So, how old were you then?
24, 23 when I started, man. Just young man, bright future, just big dreams of just wanting to be on the screen. And it's always been a childhood dream of mine since I was a kid. And I remember back in third grade, I wrote a report about what I wanted to be when I was an adult. And there was three things I wanted to be: either a doctor, a photographer, or an actor. I got to do the acting and the photography. Never got to be a doctor. Scared of needles. So it's just that never worked out. So my sister is a doctor. I give that all to her. Promise you.
Nice. Well, she clipped the ticket there. She did that. But you've still got the opportunity to play a doctor in your future. So you could literally get all three done.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because trust me, once that time comes, she is definitely going to be on speed dial. Like, hey, sis, I got to play a doctor. How do I do this? How do I do that? So, yeah, she's definitely going to be right there with me.
So, obviously, starting in Texas and getting into acting, what's it like for actors in Texas? Is there much opportunity? Well, in 2014, they must have been pushing you all towards LA because New York's more the Broadway, but LA is more the Hollywood.
Right. And in Texas, the independent film industry it's amazing, man. I just wanted to take a chance and take a step out on faith to just get into it. I've always heard friends of mine that I've grown up with who's in the industry as well, also family members who are in the industry as well. And I've always heard about them talking about being on set and being in movies and being extras and everything. And I was like, you know what? I want to give it a shot. And once I got in, I started meeting some amazing people out here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, out in Houston, Austin, even out in West Texas, man. It's been an amazing journey, man. So to be able to go in 2014 and then to see where I'm at now, man, it has been, literally a true dream come true. And I tell anybody that want to get into it, hey, take that step of faith and you got it.
What's the funniest role you've ever had? Like you must have done some work in the background scenes. What's one of the best roles you've played? Like Bouncer number 6 or?
Man, I will say one of my first roles, I was a flamboyant photographer in a film. Yes, in a film called Brothers 321. It was written and directed by Michael W. Green out here in Dallas. And I was so nervous because I'm far from flamboyant, far from anything. So getting to it, he told me about it. Really, I went down there to do behind the scenes photos as just photography. That was what I was into. So the guy that was supposed to play the role, I believe he got sick and had to back out of the film. So Mike pulled me to the side. He said, "Hey, bro, I want to see if you want to audition for a role. You want to be in the movie?" I was like, I don't know what to do, but why not? He said, "Okay, you're going to be a photographer." I was like, "I do that for a living anyway." So, okay. He said, "But you're going to be flamboyant." I was like, "What do you mean? Like, what are you talking about?" And he's like, "The only thing we're going to do, we're going to put makeup on you. We're going to put a scarf around your neck, and you just take pictures and do the line." I was like, "All right, cool." I tried out. I read the script, and I was like, "You want me to say this?" Nope. So I asked him, I said, "Hey, do you mind if I just trigger, improvise a little bit? Do you mind if I just get my own little take?" And he said, "Sure." I said, "Okay, give me about 5 minutes." I went to the car. I said, "Lord, I don't know how I'm going to pull this off, but I need your strength to help me through this. And as I was just sitting there, I immediately started thinking, for a lot of people that remember the show In Living Color, Damon Wayans and David Allen, two of my favorite actors. They did the sketch Men on Films. And I
Yep.
was like, you know what? What if I kind of put their little spin to it as well as say the script? So went in, completely improvised the entire scene. And at the end of the scene, I just yell out yes to the top of my lungs, and everybody just completely stopped and just looked at me. And when everybody walked out, Mike said cut, and I think we laughed for about a good 2 hours on that. And just to see how it came out on the big screen, dude, it was hilarious. So I would say playing that photographer would be my funniest role.
Man, I'm going to have to go and watch that. I want to see that now.
Yes, sir.
So
it's on Tubi right now. Yes, sir.
you also, so you started off in roles like Brutus 321, Ripples, Love and Drugs. Which of those was the biggest training experience for you, do you think?
I would say Love and Drugs was really a big step, because that was one of the ones where I had to get into more physical acting. And with Ripples was just more of a serious side, angry side of me. So having to tap into that angry side, because I rarely get angry about anything. I'm more happy than anything. But with Love and Drugs, like, I had to get thrown into a wall. And that right there, to me, I'm like, I'm a big dude, so it's going to be hard for somebody to throw me into the wall. So maybe somebody could grab my shirt and not jump. But the guy that starred in Love and Drugs, Corey Espy, he's about the same size as me. When we played it all, I said, all right, grab my shirt and I'm going to jump. And we're going to play it up, make it look real. The director said action. He literally grabbed my shirt and lifted me up without me jumping. So I was about a good 2 feet off the ground real quick into the wall. And after that, I was just like, dude, like, what? So you telling me now I got to do my own stunts? That's what you're saying? So, man, that was probably the biggest training, is just getting prepared for that physical acting. And dude, it was an amazing time doing that. So now, if I gotta play a role, I gotta fall on the ground or anything, like, I try to make it look as real as possible.
You are a big, what are you, like, 6 foot something?
Yes, 6 foot, 290 solid. So yes, sir.
Wow, jeepers, he must be strong. There's no. Honestly, you would have had to have jumped for me. That would have been a no-brainer.
I tried to play it off just to make it look real, but he literally lifted me off the ground.
And how did you land the role of Magic in Blind Confession? And what kind of drew you towards that character?
Man, with Magic, that one right there was, I actually went and auditioned for it, and I'm always a little nervous when I go to auditions, because when you go, you see so many amazing actors, people who's already had like 20, 30 years in the industry, and they have perfect range. So going in, I'm like, you mean I got to audition against this person and that person, this person? So it's just a matter of tapping into the character, getting a good backstory of it, and just try to bring it to life as much as possible. And when they announced my name on the live, said I got the role, I was excited, but then at the same time I was like, ooh, this is a little different. It's a little different, because I can't cuss in this one. So I'm like, okay, I'm been working on not cussing, but they said, okay, Vic, you can't cuss at all. I was like, give it a try. I give it a try, and I can say I think we did about 5 takes on each of my scenes because a cuss word slipped out.
Oh,
But man, doing that role, becoming Magic, man, it was an amazing time to be able to bring that character to life, because Magic is the type of guy who really don't get his hands dirty, or he's the type of guy that just don't play around. He nothing is really funny to him. Everything is all business to him. So me being a hilarious guy, of course, like to smile, like to make people laugh no matter what, whether on set, off set, everything. So to tap in that serious role, it was very challenging, man. It was definitely challenging to do that, but through prayer and patience and a lot of talking to, it came out perfect the way it did, and man, that was a true blessing to be able to bring that character to life. Pretty much any character I've done, man, it's been a blessing to bring those characters to life.
Do you stay in character? Do you stay in like throughout filming, or are you able to switch on and off?
I can, but I like to show up on set before, I say like 30, 45 minutes early, just so I can get in character. So when everybody show up, I'm already there. I'll come out
What's
of
your
character when
process?
they cut it. You say what?
What's your process? So let's say okay, let's make up a character. So you're playing Benny the bouncer. He's a no mess, no tangle motherfucker. Like he's serious shit. And you're going to be playing him, and you've got lines. You've got to take on a few people in the bar or what have you. What's your process for thinking? Right, how do I become Benny?
Well, for one, prayer. Prayer is always the number one thing, and I'll go watch a couple of reels of different bouncers or anything, just to kind of give me a little motivation, and just pretty much practice while I'm in my car the whole time. Like I would spend literally 3 to 4 hours just preparing and mentally getting my mind right. And plus, I have a good support circle that helps me get there.
So what you're saying is that if anyone saw you in your car any time before, they would think you're absolutely mad.
Yeah, absolutely. You're like, and as a matter of fact, when we did Blind Confession, we were shooting at the fabrication yard in Dallas, Texas. I was in my car, no tinted windows, just windows down, music playing in the background, and you did this, and this guy walked by me. He was like, "Sir, are you okay?" I was like, "Oh, not man. I'm just reading my script. I'm getting ready to film." Oh man, I thought you was mad. I was like, "Sir, do you need that?" That guy asked me if I needed a hug.
That's awesome. Tell me, I am fascinated by the audition process. I've never acted. I've never been into it. I speak to a lot of actors, and they all tell me their opinion of the audition process. So 2014, the audition process compared to 2025 is very different. I understand that because of COVID, the pandemic. It's now all done on pre-recorded tapes. But what's it like? Like, give me a day of going in for an audition process.
Starting off, you go to the location and you sign in, and they just let you know, hey, we'll call your name when you're ready, and they give you your slides to study. Now you have some people that do code reads, or you just got to be able to memorize it. So I'll get my slide, I'll go in my car, completely go in my car, cut everything off, and just buckle down. And once they call my name, I go in, and you can you might see as much as 2 to 6 casting directors right there at a table like this, staring at you the whole time. So it's already a little nervous feeling, because you got 6 people looking at you, and then you got all these big lights on you. So it's easy to break a sweat, especially being bald headed. It is easy to break a sweat while you go. So you know what I mean. But once you go, I would say the most challenging part is waiting, especially if you're in the building while they're auditioning. Somebody could be in the room before you, and you just sitting there, and you just hear them like giving their absolute best, and next thing you know, You start doing this, or your legs start twitching, or you start sweating, and you be like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I mean, dude, I'll tell you, you have a lot of stuff that you experience while auditioning. So it's a
Yeah.
beautiful process, but like I said, also it's one of those processes that you just got to be ready once you go in. There's no turning back once you walk through that door.
I can see what you mean. It's getting in your own head more than anything else. Like if you were the first cab off the ranks, you could be prepped, ready, go straight in the door, go straight in, and you're like, here I am, Benny the bouncer. But if you're sat there watching 20 other Bennies before you, you're like, well, that Benny looks a bit better than I do. Or like,
Exactly.
yeah. In 2019, the web series Blended Space, you played Cedric. Now, how different is it working on a web series versus a feature film?
With the series, you can shoot. Sometimes you can be there all day. Like when we did Blended Space, we would shoot from Friday at like 3 p.m. to about like Saturday morning 10 a.m. like nonstop, getting those scenes knocked out. And sometimes depending on your time limit, time range, and everything, you could be shooting from Friday all the way to Sunday nonstop.
That's a long shoot.
Yes, sir. I mean, yeah, you got to be ready. I mean, you got time where if you're not shooting or anything, if you're not doing no crew work or anything, you got time to get your rest. But the thing about it with us, with some of the people that I worked with, if you fall asleep on set, you're gonna get a picture. So yeah,
What, tipped over you?
somebody taking a picture of you sleep on set.
Oh, I thought you meant like a pitcher of water or something tipped over them.
Oh no. Mm-mm. You put you pour a pitcher of water on me, I'm gonna get you back. Best believe it. I mean, it might not be now. I'm gonna get you back.
Do you do many pranks on set?
Man, no, I don't play. I don't play like that.
Oh, really?
Because if I prank somebody, I know that somebody is gonna prank me, and then I'm gonna have to get them back, and it's gonna go all day. And then we gonna be completely off schedule. So nah.
Oh.
But I've seen it though. I have seen it.
What's the best prank you've seen?
Oh, dude. So I think we were shooting. Which film was it? I think we were shooting. Which one? Blind Confession, and it was raining. It happened to rain and flood the whole time. So somebody decided to go get a bunch of water and pour it on people. As you said, it wasn't a pitcher, it was a bucket. So people in their sleep, people relaxing. I was like, I would say now it was another film I was shooting in Houston, and this guy, for some reason he had a room full of like prop bugs and snakes and all this stuff. And if you fell asleep, he'll go put one of the bugs on you or put like the snake around your neck. And he got one guy, one of the biggest guys that was on set. He was sleep like this. And the guy put the prop snake right there across his arms. That was like, hey, it's time for you to shoot. He woke up, he looked down, he jumped, and let's just say he has some waterworks.
That's awesome. Oh man, I think I would. I'm not gonna lie.
He had to go change clothes pretty much.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, you've also worked behind the camera in cinematography and as additional roles in the crew. How did that come about? Is that something you always wanted to do? Was that something you saw as an enhancement of your acting? Or was it something you thought, well, maybe I should give this a go while I'm on set, waiting around and learn another art?
I've always wanted to learn everything there is from in front of the camera, behind the camera. I feel like if I learn this, or learn that, hey, some days I don't want to be in front of the camera. I might want to be behind the scenes, working the sound, working the lights, just actually filming everything or being an assistant director. I want to be as versatile as I can when it comes to my career. So that way, again, if the opportunity comes, somebody might say, "Hey, I'll pay you $5,000 just to come be the cinematography. How quick you need me?" I'll be there.
Has it changed
So
your
yeah,
perspective of how you act now? Because you know that the lighting works in a certain way, that the camera angles look at it this way, the director's going to be looking for X, Y, and Z. Has it changed your viewpoint of acting?
absolutely, man. It's really built me to be a better actor and everything, especially when it comes to being on camera. Like, you can be looking directly into the camera. They don't like that. Or if you're doing your lines and the person is down here, you're looking down here, the camera could be right here, and it's so easy to look up and see the camera. That's one of the biggest challenges. But I mean, overall, through good just practice and everything, I could truly say, man, with the 11 years of me being an actor, I've never taken an actor's course. I've never taken an actor's course.
Wow.
Everything just comes out naturally.
Now,
Yes, sir.
Victor, we do some fast fire questions on this show. Are you up for the fast fire question quiz?
Sure, let's go for it.
Let's do it. All right. The role you're most proud of?
Lady Thug, I was Mr. Slater.
Dream co-star?
Ooh, Lance Gross.
Ooh. Guilty pleasure movie. What's your guilty pleasure movie?
Huh? I really don't have one.
No. What's your favorite movie?
Love Jones.
Ah. Go-to snack?
Twizzlers.
Twizzlers. I don't know what a Twizzler is. What's a Twizzler?
It's licorice.
Oh, I do love licorice. Team Marvel or Team DC?
Ooh.
Oh, that's deep.
Ooh. I'm gonna say Marvel.
Ooh. You know, I interviewed Will Rowlands on Friday, and he's one of the few actors that are out there. He was in The Batman, and he was also in Doctor Strange, Madness of the Multiverse. So he's one of the few actors to be able to have crossed over between both lines. And he shot Batman, which I thought was pretty cool.
Exactly. And Marvel and DC, like that's so tough because I grew up on both.
Yes.
So, but if I had to, it'll be
the thing is, with Marvel, DC was the one that got all of our hearts. Like Christopher Reeve, the Superman, like in the 70s, blew me away. But they lost it. They lost it after Superman went, and yeah, Marvel took it back. But who knows now? What do you do on your ideal day off, Victor?
sleep, pray, and rest.
Coffee, tea, or something stronger?
Now, can I pick two in that one?
You pick two. You pick two, Vic.
I would say coffee and a little something strong.
Nice. In the coffee.
In the cup.
Oh. First line you ever delivered on camera?
Well, what the hell is this?
Ooh, well delivered. Cheapers. Indie film or blockbuster? Which would you rather headline?
Blockbuster.
Hardest role you've ever had to get into character for?
Oh, man. I would say Love Thy Neighbor. I had to play Bernard Boogie Kennedy.
Why was it so hard?
Oh, man, just the seriousness, the entire film. I couldn't smile. I really couldn't say much. I just had to be stern the entire time. So that whole day is like I was mean to everybody.
So if you're dealing with something that's really emotional, say that you spend a day on set and, I don't know, let's say you're dealing with something really like out there, like a child's death or something like that. And, you know, all day is emotional because you're playing in that character. How do you go home and suddenly that's, you know, turn it off and try not to take it with you?
It is very hard. Usually when I've had a day of full emotion, whether anger, sadness, or anything, I usually go for a drive and I'll put on some jazz music. One of my favorite artists is Robert Glasper. So I'll just drive for about a good 45 minutes and play his music on repeat until I'm able to come down from those emotions.
Dream movie to star in?
If they was to ever make another Equalizer in the future, I would love to be there.
Interesting. Because the Equalizer's got a really interesting history, because it was originally British or Scottish, I think the actor was that played the Equalizer. Denzel portrayed him in 3 movies. Then, who did the TV show? I can't remember. Queen Latifah.
She did. Yes. So yeah. I would say, look, let me come back as one of their elder child and just continue the missions.
Nice. I do love the Equalizer. Yeah. Red carpet or rap party? What's more your vibe?
Ooh, I would say red carpet. I get to dress up.
What kind of tux are you going for? Are you going like white tux? Are you going out there so people are like, who's that? Or are you just like blending in with the black tux? Or
man, I look at what the theme is, and that's how I base my outfits. And no matter where I go, especially if it's a red carpet or any type of event, I gotta have a nice fedora to go with every outfit.
Ooh, I like that.
Yes,
nice.
sir.
So, what's coming up for you in the future, Victor? What can we expect to see? What movies have you got?
Well, actually, I just wrapped a film called Cleo earlier this year, which is my very first lead role. And I also wrapped a film that was in Sweetwater, Texas. It's no name. I don't have the name for that yet, but I'm just waiting to hear back. And also, I'm actually in the process of writing my own scripts.
Wow. How are you finding that?
I'm loving every minute of it, man. It's amazing. You know, of course, when you're an actor and you've done stuff for so many years, you know, you have all these ideals in your head. And I was always taught, if you don't write your ideals down, they'll float away. So I started writing all my ideals down little by little, here and there, on my phone, just typing them nonstop, to the point where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try. So far, and man, this is why I say it's special, because this is the first time I'm actually announcing this. I'm actually working on my 4th script right now.
Whoa. And can we expect it to be coming to a film near you in the future? Is this one going to make it?
Hey, if Lord willing and them finances come through, hey, you might see something happen.
I love it. I love it. Victor, you are an amazing person. You've got skills in all areas. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Now, where would you like your details, Victor? We can go up, down, left, right. Where do you want me to put your details so anyone can find you?
Hey, wherever we'll go down. Down. You can follow me on all social media platforms, Victor L. McCowan, all across the board. Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. LinkedIn, Victor L. McCowan. I'm usually on LinkedIn majority of the time. Of course, I love other social medias, but LinkedIn is where I really make more of the connections. And also on TikTok, I'm working on a couple of series, the King series. I already have a couple of videos where it's just mostly motivation videos. And also, I'm bringing back something that I started about a year ago called the Petty Chronicles, where I'm just posting just petty things, petty and funny things on TikTok. So on TikTok is where you can see most of my creativity. And truth be told, I'm gonna be real with you, majority of my videos you see me just driving, and it's the words that really stand out.
We are going to make sure to show some of those things right now. Thank you so much, Victor. We're going to be back right after these messages. And you're saying this is what Tom Cruise does. He doesn't actually get in the plane. He has a green screen behind him and just a joystick. And this works. Does he have it on a desk? Tom, we've got to be real with this. He has it on a desk as well. Trusting you, Tom. You better not put anything stupid behind there. Does he move like this? Feeling it now, Tom. I feel the need. The need for
the devil lives below and he tells me where to go. I said I wanna see the Dave Benson show, and I can't stop and never gonna let it go. I said I wanna see the Dave Benson show, and I can't stop and never gonna let it go. I said I wanna see the Dave Benson show, and I can't stop and never gonna let it go. I said I wanna see the Dave Benson show, and I can't stop and never gonna let it go. I said I wanna see the Dave Benson show.
Alright, you better hit subscribe now, or I'm going to turn this show into a live reading of my grocery list. Now, don't test me on this. Couscous is on there twice.